least successful safety campaigns in the world are those that just say, do not do this. People already know, what not to do. So it's finding a different way in, and it's finding a way that disarms you, because you've got barriers up to messages. People don't want to be told what not to do, people don't want to be lectured, so it's finding a way to pull people's defences down, so before they know it, they've got the message.
Safety campaign's about trying to change people's behaviours rather than telling them what to do every second of the trip through Metro.
People make mistakes. Almost on a daily basis we see instances of impatience. How often do we see people running down ramps or escalators? We see people texting and listening to their iPods as they walk close to the edge of the platform. We see people make a rush for the train door as the warning tone sounds, only to risk injury as they get caught half in and half out. Our challenge is to find smart ways to remind people to avoid these risky behaviours, to simply be safe around trains.
It's about creating something that will get stuck in their heads, make them think, what's that all about? Instead of just continually telling them what to do, which pretty much they're ignoring now through the stations.
I think if you get music right, it's a great way in, because it's a very, very unexpected way to come into the safety message, where we're telling people what not to do, but we're doing it in a way that brings joy. I cannot sing, and that's why we have hired professionals to sing this. Producer we worked with knew the guys, Cat Empire, and that's always a nice way in, because the last thing we wanted to do is make an advertising jingle. This is a song, this is a real song, this is a proper song, this is not an ad. This is not an ad jingle, so we wanted to use guys that don't do that sort of thing.
I've always been a little bit concerned with the advertising thing, the corporate thing, but there's actually quite a morally sound campaign which I'm happy to be working on. It's very important to spread the message of safety. Especially when it comes to railway tracks.
You really have to go out of your way and do something incredibly stupid to get hurt by a train, or anywhere near train tracks. Trains do not go out of their way, they don't steer, they don't move, they don't veer, it's your fault. So really, dumb ways to die is an expression of the truth. It is the absolute truth. If you are sensible, you cannot get hit by a train.
Well, I had the lyrics to the song already, so the campaign existed and I had to find a way to bring the look of it to life. Now, the lyrics describe a whole bunch of kind of novel and mostly violent ways that these little fellows are meeting their ends. They're not too realistic. Everybody loves Savaloys, but nobody feels too bad when they get dismembered. So at the end of the song, after we've gone through all of these ridiculous ways to die, we get to the dumbest ways of all, which are the people who end up walking or falling or whatever in front of trains. And so if we look at this fellow here, he's standing too close to the edge of the platform, so let's have a look at what happens to him. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get started thinking and animating all of these deaths. In fact, I did a few sketches of how I thought it could work, and the feedback I got was, can we make it a bit more violent? And I must say, getting that feedback from a client was a great moment.
Since I first heard the song, it's pretty much been stuck in my head. And if that's happened to me, I'm pretty sure it'll happen to everyone else. And that's the key thing we want to do, is have people remember it and think about it maybe when they see people doing unsafe things at the station and think that's dumb.
Before you realise it, you're actually enjoying it. You should not be enjoying being told what not to do, which I think is a really nice way in. I'm being very sneaky with this.